Good morning, everyone. Today we will tackle about the cultural styles of communication.
So, without further ado, let's begin. Have you ever stopped to think about how truly complex and amazing our ability to use language is? It's the key to our culture, our thoughts, and our communication. Today, we're going to dive into the core of how language truly works by exploring its structure. So today, the study of language is generally divided into four essential areas that work together to make the communication possible. We have first the phonology, the second one is the semantics, the third one is the grammar, and lastly, we have the pragmatics. Let's explore each one. So the first one, we have the phonology. So as you can see the definition about the phonology, first we start with the absolute basics, the phonology. So phonology is the system of a sounds a particular language uses. So it deals not only with the basic units of sound called phonemes, but also with the rules for proper intonation, the sound patterns in phrases and sentences. So when we say phonemes, these are the smallest sound units that affect the meaning of a word. So a simple example is that the difference between the P in the pat and the B in the bat. Changing just that one sound changes the entire meaning of the word. So by that, phonology ensures that we produce and recognize the correct sounds to form meaningful words. Next, we move to the sound to meaning, which is what we call semantics. So semantics is the study of word meanings and word combinations. So it's not just knowing about the definition of a single word, but also understanding how we combine them in phrases, clauses, or even in sentences to convey a complete idea. So, as the children grow and mature, their semantic knowledge also continuously develop, just like us. So, it is what allows us to understand complex ideas and spoken language beyond the simple vocabulary. So, semantics is the area that ensures understanding what a word or a sentence is actually trying to convey or to say. So, that's why semantics is very crucial. The third area, we have grammar. So, we all familiar what is grammar. So, it is the structure and also the rule. So the third area is grammar, which describes the structure of the language, and it has two major parts. We have the morphology and the syntax. So morphology, it is what we called, or this is in short the word structure. The word structure ang morphology. It is the study of the language units of meanings called morphemes. So, nag-include siya mga prefix, suffix, and the root words. And also the rules for how to combine them together. So, to easily understand, for example, it covers how we alter a root word to make things like plurals. So, hatag simple na example lang. So, we have cat to cats. We have the past tense, we have walk to walked. And other essential inflections. So, moving on, let's proceed to the syntax. So, morphology is the word structure, while the syntax is the sentence structure. So syntax specifies how words are combined into sentences. So every languages has rules for word order, which is very important kayo for expressing relationship like negation, interrogation, or the difference between subject and object. For example, is the rules of syntax allow us to vary or word order while still being understood, giving us the flexibility in how we say and what we mean. So overall, so grammar provides the framework and rules we need to build well-formed words and sentences in order for us to be literate enough and to discover more pa. And when we write for example baron school related mga papers, we have the idea and our knowledge is broader pa. So it is very essential to know the grammar and also to dig deeper about that. So again, we have the morphology and the syntax. Finally, we have perhaps the most contextual area, the pragmatics. So pragmatics is the study of the rules for the appropriate use of language in a particular social context. So aside from it, it also addresses the issue of effective communication and social interaction. So like for example is the good example for this is knowing how to ask for something. So a child is saying, may I have that crayon? May I have that pencil? Rather than saying, give me a pencil. So by that, you can see the difference, diba? So by saying, may I have one of your pencils? So it is far from more effective and polite than demanding way of communicating or way of asking like that. So pragmatics, it includes things like knowing when to take turns speaking or adjusting on how you talk in different tone or in different settings, like a classroom versus a playground. So pragmatics make sure we don't just speak correctly, but we speak appropriately and effectively for the situation. In summary, the study of language shows us the carefully constructed system. So we have phonology, give us the sound, semantics provides the meaning, grammar give us the structure, and lastly, the pragmatics teaches us the appropriate use in context. So these four areas are gears and levers for human communication. So by understanding them, we gain a greater appreciation for the complexity of the language we use every single day. So language is truly the key factor in preserving our culture, conveying ideas, and shaping who we are today. And that's all. Thank you.